Hello, it's Istvan again. I will draw this time a little raccoon for my friend Attila. And my girlfriend did this drawing during the week. And it's a little fantasy character. And it's a hand-drawn sketch, and I will import it into Inkscape and draw over it. So I will show you how it is done, how to do the how to use a hand sketch as a base of an Inkscape drawing, because if you see my drawings, usually I don't use any sketches, and a lot of artists are taking a lot of care to scan the sketches and draw over. I just take a photo about it and that's it. I'm just checking if you see my screen properly. Yes. Seems like. So I just copied the picture, and you don't have to import or anything. If you have it online, like I just copied it from a Facebook message, the screenshot I just made, the screenshot is just, I just took a photo with my camera. So I copied it, I push Ctrl C, I mean Ctrl V, and it's here. You can see my thumb. I didn't take care that much that the sketch is nicely traced and everything, because this is mostly just a sketch, you see. So yeah, Erica drew it, and she's watching me now how I'm drawing it over. When I'm drawing over a character, I decide where gonna be the little hairs and everything, but first I just use the Bezier tool, so the pen tool, to draw it over, and I just drew it very roughly. You see there are some little hairs, but I don't care much about the curves. I'm using the new Inkscape. I mean the one which came out the end of January. So it's Inkscape 0.91. So what I do, I make this semi-transparent, and I just control click the nodes to make them curves. So this was an edge, now it's a curve, and I grab the handles and the sides and the edges of the shapes I'm drawing. So I have the basic shape quite fast. That's what I like in Inkscape, and in this way it's even better, I think, than Adobe Illustrator, because you just draw so fast. So I have the basic shape for this. Let's draw the hand. As you see, I use a semi-transparent setting because I want to simply see what's under. So and although I really like the original sketch, it's the same thing what I do with my own sketches. I don't take them as, how to say, they are not carved into stone, you know what I mean? Because I can change it, I can make it cleaner. That's why it's just rough lines, really. So I can play with it and create the shapes I want. Just checking if you are seeing, yes, what I'm doing. If you have any questions, if you're watching on Google Plus, you can ask questions on the side, and I will check back time to time to see what are the questions. Very nice little hand here. You can see that my girlfriend is drawing A bit womanly hands. I don't draw this type of hands usually, but her characters are very cute as well. It's a bit long, the hand. She told me before that the hand is too long and you have to make it shorter, so I make it shorter now. Don't laugh. Say hello to the guys.
Hi.
Actually, I will post a link to her Behance page after, so you can check what she is doing usually. Because she is a graphic designer like me, and she likes to do little fantasy characters and stuff. And this is for a friend and colleague who is like a raccoon himself. What I really like in this drawing, which is not like my drawings, is the little pieces, the additional pieces drawn already. Because when I draw in Inkscape, I just draw a rough shape, and then I start to add details like, I don't know, whatever this is on the shoulder. It looks awesome. And I usually don't do that. I just do it and then I draw over it and everything. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm doing still the same. And just getting the big shapes done. So I will do a course on Udemy actually about how to draw by hand, how to do sketches, and why it is good for you. Because, for example, what I like on this one is how dynamic is this line. And this is only doable by hand. I mean, you can do it by vector and think, but it's for me, as I see it, it's a bit heavy to create something really dynamic in vector because the shapes are a bit different and you don't have the movement of the hand, if you know what I mean. So it's different than doing it with a vector. Okay, shape of the chest. I really like this little tummy hanging over, and he's a bard, so he will have a mandolin guitar kind of thingy. If you are into fantasy, you know the name better than me. Ah, okay. She's instructing me on the side that this is a belly and this is just a line sewing on the dress. Okay, too much details for me. Usually I'm not doing this detail stuff. Okay. As you see, it doesn't matter. For example, this one on the top, I know it will be covered, but this one I want to get it right because that will be the shape of the leg. This one on the top doesn't matter much. So this edge will be covered. It doesn't have to be perfect. This here too, I add another node with double click, and that's it. It's a bit heavy to do this shape here, but okay. Quite chubby with these trousers, but it's cute. And as you see, I almost have the basic shape. Let's do the yeah, this is the boots. These are the boots. I already made a little edge. I'm giving my little touches, sorry. More or less. I'm just checking if anyone has questions. Okay, not yet. I also said in the last live drawing, if you didn't download yet the newest Inkscape, please do, because the engine is faster, so the rendering is much faster and cleaner. There are a lot of new tools and a lot of things changed in the new Inkscape, and I was talking to the developers earlier in the Inkscape Facebook group, and they are working on so much more. And if they do it, use it. I mean, there is the new Inkscape on inkscape.org. Just go and download it. Okay, I have the basic shapes. I just need the tail and the mandolin and the hat. It's Robin Hood type of little green hat it will be. It's a very serious character, you can see. As our friend. He's extremely serious guy. He's not. Okay. Nice. I just save regularly because I saved it earlier, and I'm just using Control S all the time. It became a habit of me because you never know when your computer is freezing or doing something weird and you lose your work. So I think the first thing I say to everyone starting to work with computer graphics, I always say the first habit you have to learn is saving like crazy all the time and make it a habit. Okay, let's do this mandolin. I think it's a bit bent. So if I make it straight, still like here is the neck. And then the body is not here, but a bit higher. So about here. Because although the shape Erika drew is good, but this has to be higher, I'm sure. Because it would mean that the mandolin is bent over and it's not good. Yeah, this neck won't be visible. Here will be a strap holding it to the character. Okay, so I will do this one and this collar thing, just to add the collar. You see, one more thing about using the Bezier tool, why I like it in Inkscape and why is it fast, because a lot of people, when they import images or just copy paste photos like I did now, they start to use the freehand tool, this pencil tool. And if you use the freehand tool without much smoothing, it's giving a lot of nodes, which are not really useful, because the less nodes you have in a shape, I think the more control you have. For example, I have this collar, it's just 4 dots. I don't need additional nodes here. You know what I mean? Keep it very simple, it's better. And it's better for your illustration. So what we have now, I'm using Control and 5, which is not this, which is like display mode and toggle between the display mode. And this is the outline, and I can see that already the basic shape of the raccoon is there. And I can even just put it aside. If I merge it, you can see that, okay, the basic shape is already there for the little guy. I just duplicate it because I like to duplicate my drawings in the process. So I see how they developed, and I can jump back to a previous version without reloading Inkscape or without losing what I just did. So how it goes is I have to do the eyes and this dark part of the face. I have to add all the details. I'm doing for like 15 minutes now. So I think it's gonna be an additional half an hour and it will be more or less finished. It's really up to you how detailed your drawing is. If you know my work, it's not really detailed. What I do now is I give an outline to my drawing, a bit thicker, and I make the opacity and I remove the fill. I could do the same from the beginning, it doesn't matter. You can work like this, you can work like this, whatever you like. I'm doing the belt now. Once more, I'm not really slavishly following the lines all the time. I keep some elements which I like, and some which I don't like, I just lose. But some things like this little, I don't know what are these, leather elements on the belt. So some things I just draw over because they look cute. Okay. I see I will have a problem around here with the neck because it's not really clearly drawn, but what is it? Is it a scarf? So it's a scarf. So it will be like pushed into the neck of the clothes. Okay. I'm just drawing this type now because I want to see the little details. I usually don't like this type of outline drawing because I'm thinking in shapes and I'm not doing outlines on my drawings usually. So nice. This little bag of money. And let's just draw the tails, and then the face I give some. The tail is not bushy for me, not enough, I mean. So I give some more. You can see this little raccoon character on the top. It's another, my girlfriend was drawing and she was looking for the character. It's another little sketch on the side. Yes, perfect. Sorry. Okay. These dark dashes just mean that here it will be a darker line. If you check a photo about a raccoon like I did before the drawing, so I get the color more or less. And these are, they have this little, stripes in the tail. Now I'm just drawing this part on the shoulder. And the darker part I do separately. Okay, now I have a lot of details which I didn't draw yet. For example, what is it? The clips or brush or whatever is it on the shoe. I need some laces here, and here is a nice button again. And I have to draw the face, and I will get into that. Just saving first. I hope it's visible what I draw on Google Plus. Let me know if it's not. It's Google Plus. I'm using the Google Hangouts, of course, to share this drawing. Please let me know if it's not visible what I do. That's good. We are just talking in Hungarian just to make sure how the drawing goes. Okay. This one. Yo, that's good. So back to the previous one. I make everything a shape now, and I try to color it. So I get back from the stroke to the fill, and what I do, I go to the, I duplicate the, I want to make this dark part over the eyes, like this one. Here I want it to follow this line perfectly. So what I do, and a lot of people are asking me this, how I match the edges, I duplicate the basic shape. Then I select the shape I want to cut to the size, to the edge of the basic shape. And then I push Control Asterisk, which is, the asterisk is the little star on your keyboard, which is doing this one, an intersection, as you can see, between the two shapes. So I'm just pushing it, and you see it's cut properly on the side. This one I put in the front because this will be a white one covering also this one, so I don't have to care about this. And this one I make a white one. The dress I make whatever yellow now, just for now, to see what we do. This one will be, let's say, purple. This is the scarf. Also the badge on the scarf, I just make it red now. The mandolin I will make a group, and I will make it with Ctrl G, and I will make it brown. Very colorful so far. The body of the raccoon, so the hand and the tail and the other hand, which is somewhere. So the hand, and the head. I make also brown. Now we are getting somewhere. I see that this is behind the leg piece, which has to be actually on the end, on the back. So what I'm doing now is page up and page down, and sending drawing pieces there and back. So to the bottom, pull it up, pull it down. You can do the same thing here. If you select an element and you want it on the back, or you want it on the front, you just select it. You want it on the top, you move it on the top with these icons. I'm using page down, page up, home, and end on my keyboard to do it much faster. Let's say just for now, for the boots, to make this dark color, brown. And the trousers can be nice green. I see that this thing is not on the top. Can be a goldenish yellow. And here we have the belt. Again, the same dark, because he is very stylish. Oh, actually, it's much more stylish if I make the belt like this. So it will be the same colors. And the green, another type of green for the, or it can be brown, can it? Like yeah, like leather armor. And then this one can be another type of green. Okay, my girlfriend approves. She likes the colors. It's not the final colors, but just for you, just to show where we started. This is where we had the original drawing. This is me drawing the basic shapes, just semi-transparent. This is me fixing the shapes and pushing the details. And this is adding some colors. The hat, I have to do the same green. I will do the feather on the hat too, yes. And other details. This hand is very much behind, although this has to be in the front. So I select both of them, I put them on the front. This is even in front of the hand, the arm. So once again, home. If we have this much elements and we know how we draw them, I mean, we have a sketch, then we have to draw them and arrange them up and down. When I'm drawing something, I start from the base and arrange them upwards, because I draw the next element on the top of it all the times. Okay, so this is what I have now. This little guy, it has some nice colors, and I'm at half an hour, so still good. I have good 15 minutes, half an hour to finish the whole thing. Now, what I do now, I group this up so it's not falling apart. I put the drawing on the top. Yep. Or just put it back on the end. And I make it semi-transparent, but like very. It's like 20%. It looks like now it's water paint. I need to do this. So I need to do this. So I see how the elements are, and I want to draw the eyes properly. And there is a white nose and actually an element above the eyes, which is white. I was just checking a raccoon photo on my phone. I selected these two dots and connected them here. So there is two separate dots. Let's please connect them. And then Inkscape is doing that for you. It's amazing. Something like this, yeah. Okay, here I have the eyes. Same thing I will do as before. So just fastly drawing. Although she didn't draw the eye, which is behind the nose, doesn't matter because I know how it would look, and I will just put it behind the nose. So it works like that. Okay. I do the same thing what I did here. So I duplicate the base. I push Control and the star. Same here. And I cut the eye shape, you see, to the edge of the eye. Perfect. I need some, these lines I don't care much. I just do more or less darker part to the ears. I do the same thing which I did now. This will be the dark part in the ears. Oh, I see this one I didn't bend yet. Perfect. And I don't have the nose yet. Same thing. Yes, I have the head, I duplicate it. I have the shape of the dark parts of the ears. Control star again. And I will make it darker. Same goes for the nose and the nose part. Duplicate, Control star again. And so just here is where we are now. So you just see, and this will be dark. Okay, and the eyes too. I will make it dark. Perfect. Start to have a little face. Just a triangle to have the mouth. So what I do all the time, what you see is I'm putting different elements on top of each other. This one now I pulled on the top. I have to break the group because somehow it's out of the group. Nice. So this is where we are now. He has a little cunning face, and that's fine. And we have the basic shapes. We have this money bag, which I will draw differently a bit. I disagree with this shape. And I think I'm gonna make it smaller so it gives some space to the hand. Even better. Okay. Nice. Have to draw the little feather before I forget. Okay. Now we are getting there. So we started from this sketch and we are going into this direction. What I will do now is what a lot of people are asking me all the time is do the shading. So I have the basic shapes now and I will add some shadings. What is bugging me is there is a tiny edge of white here. So I just holding Alt, I'm pushing it with the arrow keys and this behind. Perfect. I make the little hair. It's supposed to be white, I think. Nice. Can make the edge a bit lighter so it's not super pointy. Same goes here. And then I have to reshape this thing. So I can take the drawing out from under it and check what other details I missed. Here is another collar piece, and here is a which I missed. Yes. So here is a collar. It will be under. It's supposed to be very dark. If it's this dark, then it's even darker. You can mix colors, so yes, fine. And then the same dark I will make here. Yeah, and then this one is part of the chest. So I can put this behind. Nice. Good. And here is the button I had. It can be grayish, green or whatever. Yes, and the tail is on the back. Okay, I save. I'm just checking time to time if there are questions, but there are none. I'm happy. It means that or I'm saying everything right, or you are totally okay if there are no answers. I just put a gradient in here. Yeah, it can be. It's rather gray than brown, my girlfriend says, and she's right. So it has to be grayish. So it's a little bit of brownness, but it's mostly gray. I just use some gradients now. Everywhere. Of course, this one is also not black. It has to be gray, but a very dark one. Or this brownish gray. Perfect. And then I can make this one also this same type of dark. And I can play that everything which I made is gray, I make the same color. So I just pick some nice colors. Okay. Now I see that on the clothes there were some nice wrinkles. So it's a kind of a medieval Renaissance type of dress. I just do triangles and then I pull them to the shape I need. So it doesn't matter if it's not perfectly how it was in the sketch either. And what I do now is I will do some shadings. Do the same trick again, duplicate. And make this one slightly darker. Not this much. Okay, and make this one even more darker. A bit more. So what I have here is that the light is coming from here and there is a bit of a gradient, if you know what I mean. And I even dark it more. So there is some bright colors coming here, and I make it even brighter on the top. Not this much. Okay, so if you check what I did now, just duplicate and save again. I have some lights coming from here, and that's why I did it so. And let's see, yes, there are 3 little stripes also on the other sleeve, coming from here, finishing around here. I hope I will finish in an hour. I mean, in like 20 minutes, so under an hour. If not, I hope you already learned some stuff from what I did. And you enjoyed the drawing. Good. And I will do the same thing. In the new Inkscape, I really like how gradients are working, because I give this a gradient and I see all the list of gradients used before. So this will be the dark one, and then there will be a bright one, which I just draw over it. Which will go like this. Again, I make it okay. This is the light one. This obviously will be dark. And this will be the same gradient as was before, the lighter one. And so bright on the top and light darker on the bottom. They will make it almost disappear, to be honest. Nice. It seems today my favorite trick is that to make the shapes matching an edge. So this is what I do also now. I duplicate, Control star, perfect. Take off the stroke. And I just do now with the freehand tool, doesn't matter. You see my lines are very shaky, but it doesn't matter because here I can set the smoothness. If it's not smooth enough, I push Ctrl L, so it's removing some of the nodes. If you see, I go back, check how many nodes I have now, and check how many are disappearing. Pluck. Some of them disappeared, some of them rearranged. I have this shape now, duplicate, remove the stroke, get the color. Same thing again. What color do you want? And remove it. That's it. So we have already this type of hairy thing, and it is called a tail. Yeah. And I will make the same color because that's what is amazing in Inkscape gradients. I can see which gradient. I could even name it. I could even double click here. I'm too lazy to that, but I could even name this fur color, and then I would just apply that everywhere. So this is my basic fur color, and that's perfect. And these ones I can color also according to my fur thingy, a bit more lighter. Yes. One more thing I will draw is an additional. Oh no, I do it with this tool. An additional shape over. And this will be light. It's like shadow on the fur or something. Shadow lightning on the fur. Sometimes I'm adding elements like this, and then I almost make them disappear. I will make you see what I'm talking about. This lightning I add, and then I make it half transparent, and then I make it 20% visible. So it's not much, it's almost not visible, but it's giving a great amount of detail to this. And I can do the same actually here on the face, because now I started it there, so let's do it here as well. And this one just I make brighter. I can even fake a little eyebrow with this. What I'm doing now is not really only about Inkscape, of course. You can do this in any other vector drawing programs. The point is to I delete this node with delete. The point is to add what you need to your drawing and remove what you don't, and think upfront how to build up your illustration. Okay, this one I give the same gradient, which is this one, and I flip it over. You see, it's hardly visible, but it's giving some details, and that's what matters for us. And this one I make a tiny bit bigger, so it's covering the white part. Okay, let's remove this purple gypsiness here from here. Let's make it Okay, guys, I need some input. Orange, brown, this color. Maybe this. Girlfriend says yes. Because I want something matching the, obviously, the dress. Let's just check the original drawing. Here were some sewing visible, and here as well, which I first thought stupidly that that's the side of the chest. That's what happens, guys, when your girlfriend is drawing for you. Ah, and also this one I have to color for this. It's a color thing. And I think also there is one here which I lost somewhere in the process. No, there wasn't. Good. So what I will do now is, because more or less is the same size still, is this one. It's following the shape of the body nicely. So it is like our little hero has a very nice manly body. And now I just copy this line and put it in its place around here, which will be this dark color but fully visible. It doesn't matter if it's not perfectly in the place. Okay, that's one. And here were one more, I think. Yes, I will do the same thing. There's something I messed up. Okay, I have it. Okay, and I just put it behind. Perfect. And there were some cross stitches, but first let's do the belt for the mandolin. And this I can make with a circular gradient. So it is from this. So it has some light. Come on. Yes. Okay, if that goes over there, does it? It can be a bit longer maybe. No, I leave it there. And then I just draw some stitches here which were here earlier. You can even keep this color. I like my illustrations coloring them with gradients and stuff, and use the gradients as shading, shadows and everything. But I like to use the same colors everywhere or matching colors, because that's my point. Not make it colorful without a reason, but use time of some kind of color scheme for what I want. Just flip the gradient, because the new Inkscape can do that. I mean, guys, really, I love what the developers did with the new Inkscape. You make a gradient, a circular gradient, which is not working, then you just flip it, and there you go. Same goes here. I give some liveness and color there. Same goes for the vest. So as for there, so I will make some bright parts. For that I have to go to the wireframe view again. And it's how the light's coming. Okay. and I put it behind. Yes, but obviously not going to be this bright. Maybe a bit brighter, something like this. Then I can make these stitches this color. So what I have now is that this one is a bit linear. This one is also a bit shiny. And this one I also give a gradient from this dark part into a darker part. I know it sometimes looks weird because why am I doing this? This one renders this one almost invisible, this change, but I don't care much. That I was drawing something and now it's almost disappearing. I don't care. I want to make a drawing how I like it. Maybe this green? Yes, it's better. So this is where we started. This is where we are now. Thanks for coping, guys. It's like almost an hour now. I will finish it or try to finish it in a few minutes. And what I know how this looks, this it has some stripes on the back. It's just a trying. Let's make it darker a bit. No, it's not good. So I just use a gradient now. Yes. And in this case, I have to use a circular gradient and flip it. So yes. So there is a thicker inner part and nice. What I will do now is give the little, how we call this, the little keys on the head of the guitar or mandolin. I use Shift-Control-A to open the Align and Distribute windows just to make them in the middle. Then I use Ctrl+ to merge them. And I think it will be 6, like on a guitar. I bend one a bit, so it's a bit different. And I select all 3, push Ctrl-D for duplicate, and then I put it here. So I made it a bit random, but it's visible that this is the back of a guitar-like thingy. That's nice, that's dark. Maybe that one should be standing out more. You will see that. So I almost have everything. I didn't color the hands yet. And I will go for this raccoon color, and the trousers and the boots I'm missing. The boots I just put simply brown, and I put some same old. I do the same thing again. So this one, I have to tell you one thing that happened this week. If you didn't if you don't follow my work on Facebook, you didn't see it, but if you go to facebook.com/pesto design, you will see what I'm talking about. Someone called Ahmad just followed my tutorial about the tutorial. I like live drawing about how to draw fox, and he drew a little cat, and I'm very impressed because he didn't just copy what I draw. He actually did something new and different. You know what I mean? So I really like the way he was learning, and so not just slavishly copying what I did, but he was doing it his own way and his own style. So thumbs up and keep up the good work. I'm really happy for that. Really proud when I do something and people are following it and do their own work with it. And I just get this book. We can select the two of them together, make a gradient together. Nice. So I have now a little gradient on the boots also. Maybe this one I will make yellow, and maybe this one too. So a bit different than the orange thing. And if this one is like this much, then I make it gold. I duplicated it and I make it red because I like big red stones. And with a little bit of gradient I make it shiny. And with another little bit of gradient trick I make it even more shinier. So what I do now, I just did a circle, I give it a linear gradient, and then I make it semi-transparent. Not this much. Let's see how it looks in a small. Not very good. Yes, more or less like this. So he has the little brush, and here this button I just color brown or something. Doesn't need to be always everywhere. And what I can give here also, I can give some shadow to the hand. And it's very thin here. And it's circular here because it's the shadow of this dress. Okay, and what I miss is giving some shadow to the trousers. I can make this a bit brighter on the top. Okay, this is a lot brighter, but it's easy to fix. Okay. And what I also will do, this one I fix because the light is coming from here, so it's like this, and make it a bit brighter. I'm just jumping around, but I have some ideas for the mandolin, that's why. I have to fix it, yes, a bit more, and I have to, I know what I missed. I missed a stroke. If I have a shiny stroke on the tail, which is supposed to be a furry stuff, then I have a rather shiny part here on the guitar, which is very shiny. You know what I mean? Because it's lacked wood or something, so it has to be very shiny. We were drawing yesterday with the Budapest Sketchers group, by the way. To develop your drawing skills, it's good to go out and draw sometimes with other people and learn how to draw. And why I'm saying this, because people are asking, how do you know that this is shiny and how it is shiny? If I don't know, I'm checking for references. If I know, then I know because I saw that before. So I saw this type of mandolin in life, so I more or less remember how it's supposed to look. You know what I mean? So this one maybe can be an orange thing. Oh, better. So I remember kind of how it looks. I don't make up these shiny things. I remember how it looks in real life, or how I remember it looks. Okay. One more thing is just adding the knee. I think our friend has his new profile picture. And let's just get this bright color. Perfect. Down, down, down. Yes. This is one shape. I can give it also a gradient. Darker here, brighter on the end because it's curvy. And what I can give also, I can give an additional shape, put it behind and use it as a shadow. Oh, my girlfriend is impressed. She made an impressed noise. I have a rather lot of gradients. I picked just one of them to give it to the little, what is it, bag? Socket. We call it this little money bag, yeah. Pouch? Money pouch. Welcome to the Hungarian's English lesson, guys. No, really, we speak. I know we have a funny accent, but at least we try. I think it will be this one, yes. That's a pouch. And this one can be a bit moved, so it's helping the curvature of the body. Perfect. If there is a brightness here, maybe it should be here one, just an additional thing. But this is not bright. I will make this even darker because this would be the body, the knee. Is it needed? No. Okay, but maybe here one is needed just to make the dark part. So just bear with me a few more minutes and we are done with the little raccoon guy. And if you are following my tutorials, please do what I said earlier. So just follow the steps, think for yourself and create something new. I understand that you can also learn from following totally what I did, but believe me, it's much better if you create something that totally new for your own taste. Okay, I push this on the end and then slightly step it up with Pager. So I think the raccoon guy is almost finished. What I miss here is only the hat. Let's check if we have some gradient pre-made. Yes, we have, of course. And that's it. And for this one, I will make perfect. My little helper says that it's too much the same color, but it's okay. And the little feather, I think we all know what is the color of the feather. It has to be this color because our raccoon is extremely stylish. And he would never, ever wear a feather which is not matching his clothes. Because he's a bard after all. singing to all the ladies, so he has to be amazingly good looking. And I do the same trick again, cut it off, get some orange, and get a gradient on it. One more thing I'm missing is some drop shadow, and then I'm done. Okay. Erika is whispering, I need a little mustache as well. I'm just getting a guideline for myself so I see how much further it is. The tail. I just add these things together and then I push Ctrl L to refine the shape. It's what I said earlier. You see I have only a few dots. It's totally lost the shape of the several circles which it was consisting of. But that's actually what I want. Just to have a more or less shape. I don't need this anymore. And I make this dark, a light gray. So it's a shadow. And I think that's it. Yes, and some whiskers. Oh, how was it on the drawing? Yeah. So some little whiskers here. Could be this color maybe. And some here. Yes. And I miss a bit of a chin. See, a lot of things I make, it's almost invisible, but it adds so much detail because it makes the chin visible. The adds more movement to the mouth. Just pushing it up again. Isn't it better if I make it this dark? Yes. I didn't like that gray because it was very, not in the order. So the only thing I need now is what I usually do. I save, I remove this so you can see where we started. I group it up. So this is where we started, the hand drawing. Then I made the rough shapes with the semi-transparent. Then I add some more details with the stroke elements, with the objects with only strokes, so they are transparent, so I can see the little details. You can actually start with one of the two, and then I just added colors and shades and more details. So I have the little raccoon guys, and what I usually just do, I just give it a background. And I add my logo on it because I was working so hard on it. This time it's not my drawing only, so I will show Erika's portfolio as well, so she gets some recognition for her raccoon. And I usually just get the color from the drawing to my logo. So this was it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it and learned a lot. If you want to draw like me, please, or you know someone wants to draw like this, please follow my drawings on YouTube and my courses on Udemy, so you can give the people some good advice and go follow my courses. I have several courses, of course. I use the word course a bit too much. Okay, so this was a nice Sunday afternoon drawing. It was a bit more than 1 hour. Didn't draw for this long in a live drawing for a longer time now, but I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice weekend, whatever left from it And if you have any question, you can contact me on Udemy, or you can contact me, ask me here, or follow me on Facebook/Pesto Design. And see you around, and keep on drawing.